Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast for your two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
This is episode 3.14, otherwise known as Pie. You know what just
Happy
occurs
episode
to
pie.
me? Had we been
But
paying attention, we both could have made pies today because it's Sunday evening.
I know.
We had
I could have
time.
even gone and got like the little Easter egg butter tarts that all the bakeries have this weekend.
Gross.
But I didn't.
Gross.
What? No, delicious.
Gross.
Little Cadbury. I don't
Ew.
know. I don't know if they're Cadbury, but the like
Ew.
the candy coated chocolate eggs
Ugh.
with a butter tart.
Ugh. Yuck.
Well, fine. You can have your own pie.
I was thinking lemon squares or like a lemon blueberry bundt cake.
That is not a pie. That is a cake.
Well, the cake part is obviously, but you could do like a lemon tart pie. Oh yeah, lemon tart
Well,
pie.
okay. I
So
suppose.
good with like just some
I
fresh
suppose.
whipped cream on top and that like nice tart lemon. Oh yeah. Oh, see now we're talking. Yeah.
I had a raspberry cheesecake last night. That's sort of like a pie.
Yeah, close enough. It counts.
Sure.
I mean, the closest thing I've had to a dessert was the chocolate chip bannock I ate today.
I think that counts.
I mean, you use
Maybe.
the same most of the same ingredients in pie crust. So it's just without the
There
chocolate
you go.
chips, really.
Yeah.
Close enough. Whatever. I've been thinking. You know what this means, right? That when you're in town, the Sunday we record, we need some sort of dessert thing.
Well, obviously. I kind of figured that was a given that there would at least be bagels.
Oh, we're definitely doing bagels on the Sunday. I feel like the bagels coffee brunch before we start recording is required. But I think like on the
Absolutely.
Wednesday, we're hanging out on the Wednesday, we might have to stop in and like get a tart lemon pie or lemon squares or something to have as dessert while we record.
Mm,
Might be necessary.
might be.
How can you have a spring without a nice lemon square? You can't.
Don't
Which is
necessarily associate lemon squares with spring, but
not the flavor profile in my head that I just put in my face. Okay, let's start with our podcast. Sunday evening, guys. We're recording Sunday evening.
woo.
Oh boy, it's your turn.
My turn. Okay. I guess I'm talking about the segments that we're covering today, which are What's in a Cup, Woolly Workings, and Wool Gathering. Those things are all happening. I do not have coffee in my cup. I do not have 12 cups of coffee. I had 1 cup of coffee. I had a raspberry Coke earlier. That was cool and caffeinated.
Nifty.
And I'm going to regret that when I'm trying to fall asleep in a couple of hours.
Yes.
Yes.
My sister loves
But right now.
No, is it my brother-in-law? One of the two, either my brother-in-law or my sister, enjoyed cherry Coke. The other enjoys vanilla Coke.
Mind cherry Coke. I prefer a vanilla Coke. The raspberry is all right, but it's not as good as the maple Coke that we had the other day.
I did get to try a blackberry flavored ginger ale.
Ooh, is that any good?
It was balls. It was made with cane sugar and it was like half the sweetness of the ginger ale. So you got like that nice tart blueberry, but you didn't get that sweet pop after. So good. So good. And of course, my friend who found it, who shared a bottle with me, glass bottle, like old school glass bottle. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, I got it at Costco. I don't get to go to Costco.
Well, you're not trying to feed a family of 6, so I feel like any of the packaging there would be just way too big.
I don't need it. That would be excessive, even for me. So no. I mean, my brother-in-law has a Costco membership, but you know, he has 2 teenagers in his house for the most part all the time. So it's sort of like
so that's
feeding
like
a family of 6.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Feeding 2 adults and 2 bottomless pits.
They feed the boyfriend a lot. So yeah. 2 bottomless pits. And 3 dogs and Partridge
Yeah.
in a pear tree.
Pretty much.
Lots going on in that house. It's just me and my cat. We don't need that much food. We did have leftover salmon today for lunch, both of us.
Oh, very fancy.
So she was bugging me while I was reheating my salmon. So because I don't put anything on my salmon, I can feed it to her. So I fed her a bit of salmon with her lunch today.
I'm sure she appreciated it.
Yeah, she does. Mummy feeds her the best things. Well, I try to anyway. Great. Because I am desperately working to some deadline knitting for the design side for like work, I do not have a lot of projects this week. I did not go anywhere this week. So I have no cool threads and a small number of projects I can talk about. How are you doing?
Good. We didn't actually say what was in our cups, though, did we?
Oh, we didn't. Guys, I'm drinking
Talk
some
about other cup things.
sea buckthorn sherry tea. It is the last of a very large bag that my mom bought me from a company that isn't in Saskatchewan anymore. And I make iced tea with it. So I'm drinking some iced tea. I think I have enough to make one more pitcher. And if I do, I'll wait till the week you're in town because I know you like that tea.
It was very good tea to my memory.
Yeah.
I made myself a very lazy golden milk, otherwise known as a turmeric latte.
Okay.
Otherwise known as I microwaved some milk and mixed in some spices.
That would be lazy.
Extremely lazy. But, you know, I have spicy milk with a scoop of vanilla protein powder in it, so, like, I'm happy.
Makes you happy. Yeah, I've never tried having my protein powder as a turmeric milk. I might have to try that.
It works reasonably well. It clumps a tiny bit.
Okay,
But besides that,
I pre-mix my milk and protein powder and then I warm it up on the stove.
that might work better. I have found that if I try to pre-mix it and then stick it in the microwave, the protein powder all congeals into disgusting little rubbery lumps. So don't do that.
Don't do that.
I mix it in after the fact and it mixes pretty well.
You could do a paste, so heat up the milk and then make a roux, like a thick roux with the protein powder and some water or milk, and then add that in. Because so long as you're adding the protein powder strictly to the hot liquid, it won't go foamy.
You could do like the tempering thing, like with
Chocolate.
Custard or whatever.
In custards, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That might work. Feel like some
It could.
experimenting in your future.
I'm going to continue to be lazy about it, though. I don't mind if there's a couple of lumps.
I have a glass.
I just can't be bothered.
I have the Skip glass water bottle that we got when we went to that one convention that you took me to. We talked about accessibility and coding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I got a little wire ball that fits in it perfect that does the whole protein powder mixing thing.
Oh, nice.
So I just shake the ever-loving snot.
I have one of those. I wonder where it went.
I don't know, but I use our swag bag and the glass bottle all the time, and we gave the shirt away because I would never wear the shirt. But I kept the other two things because I was super honored that a tech conference wanted to actually hear from a disabled person about we actually would find useful in apps. Who knew?
Yeah, occasionally people actually care about things.
Crazy pants. Oh my god, remind me to tell you that I need to rant at you later about tech and disability.
Oh no. Were the tubes too tiny for your font again?
They're always too tiny for my font. No, I followed up on that story about the disability dating app. I read more about it, and I need to verbally express myself in a very judgmental and harsh manner at someone.
Okay.
And you are my chosen human.
Okay. I might need a second cup of tea for this.
You might. All right. I haven't had a turmeric tea in like ages. Oh, I love turmeric in teas. I haven't thought about putting it in milk though.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'm so gonna try. Do you have like a spice blend or you just add turmeric?
No, I just kind of add some until it tastes
right
good.
Color? Tastes good, okay.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Anything other than turmeric?
Turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and a tiny, tiny bit of fresh ground black pepper.
I'll leave the black pepper out, but I'll try the other three.
It's supposed to be just like a little bit spicy.
Which is fair. I wouldn't go looking for it though, so I'll try without the black pepper first, and then add it in if I have to.
Did I do this right? Or did I mess up already? I'm trying to do increases while doing a podcast, and this might be mistakes.
2 at a time, man. Would you like me to go first in that case?
Yes.
While you sit there.
I did in fact miss an increase.
Do you know what? Fudge it. Just put it in the next round.
Oh no, it's fine. I had literally just finished the row, so I only had to go back 1 stitch.
Okay, well that's nothing. I thought you missed on like the first sock and you were on the second sock and be like, don't go back.
Oh no, that I wouldn't go back for. But no, this was literally like I'm switching socks. I'm like, did I increase? No, I did not increase.
It gets hard when you have to have a 72-inch sock, because by the time you reach the end of the row you're working on, it's very easy to forget that it's an increase row, not a not increase row.
Yep.
I've done it many a
Kinda.
times. It's almost like I knit 72-inch socks all the time for myself. Do you know what I do?
Gotta rely.
I fudge it the next row, guys. I don't go back.
Absolutely.
Why?
I rely on remembering to look at my knitting and like read it. But sometimes that doesn't work either, and I'm just like, because you should always have an even number of stitches on each side if you're doing it magic loop.
Yes.
And sometimes I end up with an odd number of stitches, and I'm like, how? At what point did I miss this increase? And it's fine.
Whatever.
Sometimes I get to the entire, like the end of the sock, and I'm doing the ribbing for the cuff.
Yeah.
And I'll discover that I don't have an even number of stitches, and I'm like, how?
What? Yeah. No, I've done that. You're like, of course I did.
How'd I get through a whole sock with the wrong number of stitches? It's not like I've dropped one either.
So we've got a little sweet romance sock going on today. So this is a colorway by Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. It is a beautiful, deep, vibrant, kind of adult romancy colorway. So good. So good.
Adult romance has a color?
In my mind, it does. Well, you get the Valentine's Day stuff, and it's always very, 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 very pale pinks and sparkles. And
right.
not me. This is way better. I'm not in elementary school. I'm not like get the choo choo train Valentine's Day cards because you have to give one to everybody kind of idea.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I'm an adult. But this is definitely more like a nice bouquet of flowers or a lovely dinner out. Like this is just
it's a more mature pink.
It's more sophisticated.
There we go. Yes.
Oh my god! That I now have wrapped around my microphone somehow.
Oh geez.
Ah, there we go. So slow progress is being made on this since this is the first time I've picked it up. I'm almost at my heel. I'd say I've got about another 2 inches, and then I'll check to see if I'm at the heel. And by check, I mean I will put it on my foot. I can see if we're there.
Makes sense.
So while we record,
that is absolutely how I do it.
That is what I'm doing. Mine is, as always, vanilla toe up in the round magic loop on my 2.25mm Chow Goose. I'm on Chow Goose because red cable for life.
Yeah, I need more of those.
Aren't they gorgeous cables? Gorgeous cables. So
happy. Like we need some sunglasses and be like, Chow Goose for life. Yeah.
Chow Goose for life. Oh, so good. All right. You're up, my dear. Would you like to talk about your socks?
I would like to talk about my socks as soon as I negotiate this stubborn increase and knit the last stitch on this one sock. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody cheer and give me a gold star. I finally started my dad's socks that he requested for Christmas.
The crowd goes well.
Okay, maybe I don't deserve a gold star.
When you get
but everybody can cheer.
You get them done.
I have started the socks that my dad requested for Christmas. I'm doing them 2 at a time, magic loop, toe up, gonna be plain vanilla socks. And this is out of a sock set from Fireweed Fiber Co. It's in the one of the Star Trek Club colorways from last year, whose name I have forgotten, which is why the ball band is right here. It's been a long road from the Enterprise theme song.
Yes.
So the main color is this sort of, maybe we can focus on it. It's this sort of denim blue that kind of has some more periwinkle bits and some more dark blue bits, but it's got an overall sort of denim-y effect, I think. I'm really excited to see how this knits up. I think it's going to be very pretty.
So am I. It's so good.
And then the contrast color is this little, like, it looks sort of pine green in this light, but I think in natural light it looks a little bit greener and less blue, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But it's coming off sort of a sprucey, piney green right now.
Our cameras and lighting mess with the colors.
They do a bit. I'm doing my best. My lighting is a little bit warm.
That's okay. Mine's a little bit cool.
But I guess there's the darker colors in the main color are a similar green color to the contrast.
Well, that works. That'll be how it blends together. And looks like it belongs even though it's a contrast.
So since I'm doing these two at a time, I'm going to again go for the contrast toes and heels and cuffs, except I learned from my last experience that I'm going to do, I think, probably 4 or 6 rows of the main color as in the cuff, and then I will stripe in whatever remaining bit of contrast color that I have, and then finish off the cuff.
Okay.
So they will be the same, and the cuff will just be mostly main color with a stripe of the contrast.
Yeah, that'll work.
And it should tie everything together nicely.
Yeah, no, that should work well. That should work lovely.
I'm so pleased with myself. I even found the foot form that I made so I can, because I made some of these for my family so I could knit them socks when I don't have their feet to be like, here, try this on. Is it big enough?
Yes.
Yeah, so I found the one for my dad. I haven't found anybody else's. I don't know where anybody else's is, but I found the one for my dad.
Just your dad.
So, you know, it's fine. My mom and I have basically the same size feet, so if they fit me, they'll fit her.
Yeah.
Sibling and I also have very similar sized feet. So, you know, having the foot form for the person with the different sized feet is helpful.
Yes. I have to keep foot forms of all of the feet because none of them are similar to mine. They're all radically different. My niece might be close to my size foot now. Who would know?
For making a foot form, if anybody else would like a foot form for knitting socks for people, I followed the instructions in the Fish Lips Kiss Heel pattern, which is like $1 on Ravelry, and I highly encourage you to spend $1 and get the Fish Lips Kiss Heel pattern, because besides,
I did my foot form that way off those instructions.
Yeah. So besides getting instructions for a very nice neat heel, short row heel on a sock, you also get like 10 pages of how to make foot forms and then how to use the foot form to make socks that fit.
Yes, which are very handy.
So it was very, very high value $1.
Yes.
Lots of value for your dollar.
Oh, that's a lot of bang for your buck.
And then I have my ball cozy to keep my main color all together while I'm not using it. I have my my Fossil-y ball band that I got at the Edmonton Fiber Frolic, which is called Gathering Threads now. They've rebranded.
They did. Isn't that exciting? Have you been looking at their Instagram with like they introducing their makers and stuff? Oh my god, so freaking adorable.
I should do that.
So good. It's so
I haven't really been on Instagram the last few days.
I'm sad we're not going.
I am also sad that we're not going.
You have weddings to attend, my dear. You have many weddings. I know
everybody's getting married this year, so that's where all my holiday time is going. I have no time for fiber festivals. I have to go watch people be in love.
She's a little booked this year.
No, I'm not mad about it.
That would be weddings are fun. All right. I had a check-in with Louise on Thursday. We did the monthly check-in, and I had said I wanted progress on my brioche hug. 2/3 of a month of struggling. I'm discovering I don't enjoy brioche knitting that much. It's fine in small segments and small chunks, but not for the whole body of a cardigan. No, don't. I
Not
don't.
happening.
Not happening. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I get mad. I make mistakes. I get frustrated. I ripped the whole thing out and started an entirely different cardigan on Monday
Oh,
before the check-in
okay.
because that's how annoyed I was,
Okay.
which is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So I have made it through 3 of my 4 striped colors from the birds songbird colorway collection from the club colorway 2 years ago. So I had 4 skeins in the bird colors, 1 of each color. And then I had 4 skeins of this Tweedy blue in the DK base from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. As I hold up all the colors here so everybody can see them. Because there's a lot of colors.
Pretty.
Look really
Birds.
good together. It's a good thing I have large man hands, otherwise these 3 balls would not fit in my hands at the same time. It would in fact go poorly. I need to wind my last bird skein because I'm getting ready to strip the last of it, and I don't need to wind this last skein of brown yet. I will shortly, but not yet. And I have been working on the everyday crochet cardigan from Hey Crochet with Carrie. Because of course I have. Because when in doubt, of course I go to crochet at this point in my life. And of course I go to Hey Crochet with Carrie because I'm in love with most of her patterns.
She's got really great free patterns. I
She's
also want to knit like 80% of everything she's ever put out.
she just makes some really beautiful things. So here it is, the back panel being worked up. It's a bottom up as usual. You got your ribbing on the bottom, and then I have doing 2-inch stripes, which are for me, given my gauge, is 4 rows of each color, and then I switch to a different color. So I'm going to repeat the striping from the birds with a stripe of brown between each bird color,
That's
which
looking really good.
freaking looks delightful. But because the brown just pulls it all together. So it's like not super in your face colorful, but it's not like muted beige. Is this a color colorful? Does that make sense?
I feel like muted beige is the antithesis to colorful.
It is. And just before anybody goes, oh, that's nice, you started a back panel. Yes, yes, I did. I also started both cups. And I also have both front panels on the go too. So I have over half of a crochet sweater done since Monday.
That's presumably a lot faster than the brioche.
Yes, since I fought with the brioche and the ribbing at the bottom of the brioche for ages, I am now at the point where I need to pay just a smidge bit of attention because I'm doing the decreases on the front panel. So the front panel has a V neck shaping to it. So there was some thinking yesterday, and I'm going to start the V neck 2 rows later than suggested in pattern, and I'm going to V neck to the required number of stitches, which is 25 down from 50 because I'm making the second largest size. Mostly because the second largest size goes out like my bust measurement, but it sits down near my rib, my upper bust measurement, which is my shoulders. So it will fit, which is nice, and have a relaxed fit, not a baggy, oversized fit, which is what I prefer. And all I'm going to do is, because I'm going to still need a bit of extra length, I'm just going to make that 25 stitch wide section longer. So I'll just do another row or 2, or like another color repeat or something, just to get up into, so that I'm in a brown section, and then I've got that extra length so that the cardigan is long enough for me, because I've made this cardigan before, but it was too short. It was a full on 22.5 inches finished for the full back length, which isn't anywhere near long enough for me.
Seems short for you.
Well, I need 30 to get to just the bottom of my butt. So I need
22 is very short then.
22 is like cropped length. I need like at least 25 to get to my upper hip bone. So I don't, I'll be wearing this with skirts, more pants than anything else, so it's fine, but I want to see how long I can make it. Hence why I'm doing all of it all at the same time. Because I got to watch my yardage, because my yardage will be, tight. And because I've added a feature, so when I change colors, my first row, I'm knitting through the back, crocheting through the back loop only. So it does this little bridge pop every colorway, which just adds just a cute little piece of texture.
I like that.
It looks really good to clean up the edges of your color changes. I have a very distinct front and back. Very distinct front and back. So to not make two left-handed decrease panels where the decrease is going the same direction both ways, which would not work.
Not so much, no.
Not so much. I have to do my decreases on one side at the end, on the right side of the panel, and on the other side, I have to do them at the start of the panel. So I've had to move my right side stitch markers to tell me what side's the right side, so I know when I'm crocheting that this side is my left panel. This side is my right panel.
It's a very important
crochet
distinction.
from this end to this end. So that way my V goes the right way. Because I don't have the option of just flipping one panel from front to back, because it is more than just a double crochet. Because if it was just a double crochet, it wouldn't matter. You could flip one panel the other way and it would be fine. Not an option, because I've put that little decorative detail in. So after sitting there and doing this section wrong twice, I now have started my decreases on my front panels. Everybody was like, oh, do you think you can get it done by Sunday? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. The answer to that is no. I got distracted. Like, found a new anime to watch, distracted. So, like, I'm full on staring at the screen for 2 or 3 hours in a stretch, not crafting at all, just enjoying what I'm consuming. So, didn't get this.
It does sound like a great anime.
Didn't get this finished. I think if I hadn't found that anime, it's entirely possible that I would have whipped out a fully finished sweater on you.
I hate when you do that. I mean, it's great, but
so be very glad that I ran across that anime.
Thank you, anime.
Since I started watching the anime, I've done one color stripe. The rest of this happened between Monday and Wednesday evening.
Good grief, that anime is the only thing making me not look bad.
The anime saved your butt hardcore this week, my dear. Because my Thursday night and then my Saturday, while we were, I was watching Critical Role, and then while we were doing the movie night with the Patreon members, I was work knitting. That's important. It needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. 2 projects done. You're up.
Okay. I got some good progress on my Spring Valley Bandeau for our hashtag spring equinox, whatever we decided was the hashtag for that. It's in the show notes. I've forgotten. I'm sorry. Consult the show notes. The show notes are correct.
Guys, that's at northernknitpodcast.com.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can see from my little moon there that I got a couple inches of progress.
That's good.
And given that these rows are incredibly long, as I back up trying to get it in frame, given that these rows are incredibly long, that's a great amount of progress.
They're serious rows. You're going all the way around yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, given the squishiness of this ball, which I'm not even going to try and take out of its ball cozy because it might just discombobulate completely.
Oh my. Structural containment is an issue?
Yeah. I think I'm very much approaching the halfway point.
Oh, beautiful. I love the speed of
given
crochet.
How flat it feels.
I love the speed of crochet.
It's great. And these colors are giving me life. It brings me so much joy. Like sitting in a sunbeam working on this is just, it's so nice. It's so
You know what you
nice.
could do? You could just take your scale and weigh your bandeau, and that would tell you how much yarn you've used.
That would be very smart. My scale is not in here, but I will do that after.
Then you'll know how much you've done.
And I will know. That is very, very smart.
You're welcome.
Oh, I should describe the colors. Neon rainbow with a little bit of black marled in
You're not wrong.
spots.
You're not wrong. It's giving me. It's giving me.
It grows.
It's giving me the niece sweater vibes.
It's extraordinarily bright.
I have to cast that
glorious.
on sometime this summer if I'm going to have it done in time to give back to her for her 17th birthday.
Yeah.
Do you know what
so
that
this is the
means?
Spring Valley Bandeau. It's a free pattern by Knits and Knots, Janine something from Winnipeg. Knits and Knots.
Yeah.
And then the yarn is Electric Zebra.
Yeah.
From Ginger Snap That.
There you go.
It's so pretty. Oh, and the hook. As always, gotta have your ergonomic crochet hook.
Yeah.
Which confused a lot of people apparently on when I made the little TikTok. Specifically on TikTok, it seemed to confuse people. Everybody was like, "What's a little ghost for?" I'm like, "He's ergonomic. He's my ergonomic ghosty."
My ergonomic ghosty.
Yeah, he's my ergonomic ghosty. Anyway, so if you would also like an ergonomic ghosty, 2 P's hooking.
Yeah.
Number 2, letter P, apostrophe S, 2 P's hooking. It's 2 P's in a pod. It's cute.
It's adorable.
Anyway, it's very comfortable and is definitely saving my wrist.
Good.
I am not saving my elbow very well, though, because I have to figure out what it is that I'm doing with my elbow when I'm crafting. I must be. I fiddled with my chair today, so maybe it'll be better, but I have been, I guess, leaning on my elbow in some fashion that's pinching a nerve that's making my whole arm angry. And I'm like, why? Stop this. So ergonomics, they're important. Get yourself an ergonomic hook and don't lean on your elbow when you craft.
It's one of those ones that like everybody talks about computer chairs with the armrests. The armrests are a problem. We really shouldn't have them on computer chairs because we will rest, but those chairs are built very standard size. So most people end up slouching. So they're resting a lot of their upper body weight on their forearms or on their elbows, which causes problems instead of sitting up straight.
I think I have a very fancy desk chair and it's very adjustable. So I've adjusted the armrests down.
Down. Okay. Were they too high?
I think maybe. We'll find out. They were either too high or too low. We'll find out. They're lower now, so I feel like there's less of a chance that I'm going to grind my elbows into the sides of the armrest and like just lean very slightly as I craft.
Because I'll lean
it's
to
a problem.
one side or the other when we're podcasting. I'll lean this way or I'll lean the other way. So I'm leaning and putting a lot of weight on my elbow, but I'm not often like hardcore crafting when I'm leaning like this. But I am in desperate need of a new chair. I don't think I can put it off.
I don't even know how I've been managing it. I think, oh, that part of my elbow's sore. Okay, I guess I've been leaning right there, which is like right in that knobbly bit where the two bones join together, where there's probably a whole bundle of nerves. Oh, I just felt that up in my hand. That was neat. Okay, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't lean on that spot on your elbow.
Well, I'm bad for it on my wrists when we're gaming. I won't hold my wrists correctly and my fingers go numb. So I don't know why.
I do that too, and the elbow thing is not helping. It's not helping.
Not helping, yeah. So I understand how I got here. So now I'm consciously forcing myself to correct my posture so that I stop doing that. Because the last thing I want to do is give up knitting because I can't do it anymore because I was dumb and didn't do the small thing to correct the problem before it became a big thing.
No, I don't want to have to do that. No.
Doing the small thing.
I like my yarn too much. I have too much yarn.
I'm doing the small thing. Way easier. way easier. All right, I got one more thing to talk about, and that's what I'm going to be working on until next month's secret or monthly check-in with Louise.
Okay. Pardon me while I turn off my hot plate for my drink. Ugh.
You don't need it anymore?
Well, at this point, it's my drink's low enough that if I leave it on because it's just milk, it'll just like form a skin and like cook itself.
You
So it's time to turn the heat off. It just means I have to drink it faster.
So
yeah, well, yeah, I'm
gross.
avoiding the ew. It's still good right now, but if I left the heat on with the like third of a drink that's left in there, it would become gross pretty fast.
Yeah. Obviously, I let everybody vote on what I was going to work on for this month. I'm at the point where I have too many projects to let people in their willy-nilly style to just vote on whatever they want. So I offered a curated collection of things that I wanted to cast on or recast on because I made a mistake the first time anyway to choose from.
Good call.
Otherwise, we would have been there forever because I have a lot of potential objects to choose from. And the winning vote was to do my Ursina, which, if you remember from the birthday cast on week, I did a swatch of, but didn't get to the actual casting on part because it was like one of the last ones I did. I think it was like my Friday post or something. It was late in the birthday week cast on pile.
Right.
And by swatch, I mean, guys, sort of swatch, most of swatch. Did I wash it? No. Do I care? Not really. Why? Because I have always swatched. And up until the last 2 years, I have washed and blocked all of my swatches. And I have discovered that unless I am going to go to town and use my blocking time as my weight training exercise for the day, I tend to block in place very gently and let it go. It's not lace. I don't stretch it. I don't pull it. I don't tug it. I make it into the right shape. I toss down some wires. I pin them in place. I walk away. True up corners. That's the extent of my blocking. So okay, cool. It's not really going to do a big thing for me. So I have my swatch, which I did with 2 strands of gray, and I'm going to hold gray all the way through as one strand and scrap variegated yarn as the other strand together to get my sport weight, because I got sport weight on my fingerings, and make a sport weight cropped Ursina. So what we did vote on was the first color I was going to start my Ursina in, and that's this one, these 2 colors. Do I have colorways for them? No, it's gray and some unnamed variegated.
Fair.
That's what it is. Because this is all, it has been in my stash so long. I tried it for other things, it didn't work. I've pulled it back and it went back in the stash yarn. Will it be long sleeved? I have no idea. It depends on how much yarn I have. Because I only have so much. Because this is a stash busting project. So we're going to start, it's going to be cropped, and then we'll see how long the sleeves end up being. Fair?
Right.
Noting that to make it cropped on me, I still have to make it longer than a cropped. Because height.
Well, you are tall.
Yeah. So I'm going to start, and this time, unlike last time, when I connect it in the round, I'm going to remember I have to reverse the patterning.
Yes.
People.
Because you knit inside out and backwards.
Because I knit inside out and backwards when I'm in the round. So now that I've talked about it and we've shared it, I can actually get started on it. The check-in was on Thursday. It wasn't that long ago. It was fine, right?
I mean, you could have like sneaky started on it and just like not showed that part.
I would have had to start working, and that means pulling the swatch out, getting it right. It's like, no.
It's too much effort.
Work. Too much work to be sneaky. I'm not going to do that. That's crazy pants. Project away.
Right. Project away. Okay. It's actually still attached. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was working on my drop spinning a little bit more. There's video evidence that I worked on my drop spinning a little bit more.
It's true. There is.
And nobody saw the take where I full on dropped the drop spindle, so it looks like I know what I'm doing. I cut out the parts where I don't look like I know what I'm doing. That's how I look like I know what I'm doing.
The magic of editing.
It's great. Social media is amazing at making yourself look so good at everything.
It's true, it really is.
You only have to be good at it for 30 seconds.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so that's on my drop spindle from Maudsley Fiber Arts. The braid is a lovely braid of bamboo.
Targy.
80% targy, 10% bamboo, and 10% silk. In the colorway Johnny Jump Up from Fireweed Fiber Co. It is purple and fuchsia and yellow and orange and a little bit of white, just like a Johnny Jump Up. And it is gorgeous and beautiful, and it is spinning up gorgeous and beautiful. And eventually one day I will ply it, and it will be even more gorgeouser and beautifuler, I hope.
Now, does the wrist trick help?
Yes. Yeah. That was probably 80% of my problem. Was I was just holding the fiber supply wrong.
Good.
So the way I was doing it in the video that I posted is the way that is working for me.
Good, excellent. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah. Not very much of it happened, but a little bit of it happened, and I made breakthroughs, and it was important. Okay, I can put down the very pretty fiber now. Not punch the microphone with the very pretty fiber. And with the very pretty fiber all stuck in the microphone fuzzy cover.
Okay.
As I have done, and then spent the next month picking little bits of fiber out of the fuzzy microphone cover.
Okay.
All right, I'm done. That's all the projects.
We're good? Well, I mean, I'm going to end up spinning it back to you anyway. Would you like your word for the week?
Yes, what is the word of the weekday?
Monster.
Week. It's not a weekday. It's, sorry, what?
Monster.
Monster.
Monster. As in monster under the bed.
It
was a monster of a test. Now I'm just having flashbacks to Fairy Tale and Edalus. Okay.
If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, generally, posting about all manner of things, including Jocelyn's furry monster that looks adorable frequently.
It's a good thing she does cute, or I'd kill her.
Right? We appreciate cute pet photos, especially those of us that do not have pets, because maybe they have partners that are allergic to pets, and that makes us a little bit sad. And so we live vicariously the pet life through other people's cute pet photos.
Yeah, you guys would have to stay at home more if you had a pet.
Also that.
Yeah.
Also that. That does not help anything.
No.
What else did I need to say about things? Oh yes, at the higher levels of support,
Where are
we
you
do
going in the closet?
knit-ins.
There's nothing in the closet to play with.
There's a monster in your closet.
Literally. The tiny dictator just wandered in there.
Once a month, we do an e-knit-in for our Patreon members. The next one of those is coming up this Saturday, the 15th of April at noon Manitoba time.
It's true.
And what else did I need to say about Patreon things? I think that's it for Patreon things.
As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, subscribing, commenting, and following us here, as well as other social media platforms, is a great way to interact with us. We have a permanent discount coupon code with Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co., which tells you we shop there a lot.
Yeah.
You can save yourself 10% off by using the code NorthernKnits10. We heavily encourage it because she has very pretty yarn. I'm currently debating. Yes. Sure,
I'm waiting to hear something go crash.
She'll do something. I don't know what. Hi. Where are you, Brow?
Ooh, I heard her.
That was very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I fed you dinner. We took a break. I even put your oozing, dying, starving body in front of the food dish. I was talking about something about social media and saving money. Guys, it's a thing. We don't have much else going on. We do have the John Prize winner for the podcast anniversary knit along, which is the wrap up of our celebration of 6 years of podcasting together. So congratulations. I remember it's a purple shawl.
Congratulations to Raspberry with
Thank you.
let me pull it up here. It's the Amethyst Triangle Shawl by Undeniable Glitter, done out of knit pick scroll fingering, hand painted in pansy and make believe. It is very pretty in purple.
Remember the important parts. It's a purple shawl. Love, get a hold of Tracy. I will let her know that you have won, so she expects your email so she can send you your prize. Da 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 da. Prizes. I really don't know because this prize it's not a thing for me. We do have a knit with us running on right now, which is the Spring Equinox one. Hello.
Do you have a cat now? Oh, your microphone got unplugged.
That's not necessary.
That was exciting.
I mean,
so demanding.
Oh my god. Where was I before you jumped into my lap? I was talking about the knit with us. So we've got the spring equinox going on right now, which means any spring item that fits into the qualifications can be joined, and you can enjoy some spring equinox knitting with us as we prepare for the spring season. You are right in front of the microphone. You don't care. Okay, cool. Guys, cat mom life. And your breath stinks
no more
like
knitting
cat
for
food.
You.
Cat food. It's kind of gross and fishy, buddy. Okay. No more knitting for me.
Yeah,
This is
zero
my
cares.
Life. Zero cares. So with all of that going on, don't forget to use the hashtags purple on Instagram so that we can find you and enjoy the stuff that you're making with us. I finished my grindstone tote. I have not ordered the button for it yet. I'm currently debating on buttons. So we'll see which button wins. And we'll go from there. Otherwise, that's
distracted by your cat.
I know, everybody always is. That's what we've got going on right now. So that's it. We've just got the spring equinox going. Don't get me wrong, the Cozy Up Knit girls are doing their cotton cal. Kind of tempted to pick up my cover, my Granny Square crochet cover for the coffee table.
Oh, yeah.
And work on that because I'd love to have that finished, and it would be a great entry because it's 50% cotton. Because it's out of cotton carrot cakes. So good. And the reason this didn't work is because when mom wears skirts, it's not as solid as you think it is.
Our next live episode is going to be on the first Sunday of May, which is the 7th of May.
Yes.
Noon Manitoba time.
I think I've done I think the next check-in is before. Yeah, so I'll have done the next check-in before the next monthly live.
Yes. Your mid-month motivation with Louise is on I believe the 20th.
Yes.
And then whatever 2
or
Thursdays
is it this week?
That is. Well, because the first Thursday
was this past Thursday.
So yeah,
it won't be this Thursday, it'll be next Thursday. Could you please?
Next Thursday, the 20th.
Thank you.
6:30 Manitoba time.
Yeah.
And then you'll have your full-on check-in on the 4th.
Yeah, which would be before our live.
Before our next live episode.
Beautiful. Do you know what I need to do? Is I need to decide what I want to pick up for the next thing I want to knit for the spring equinox.
I just really want to work on this. This is everything I want to do, and it's so hard. Oh, it's not even a frame. I just want to work on the pretty rainbow. And it's so hard to make myself work on anything else. I just want to work on the pretty
Pretty
rainbow.
rainbow?
It's a pretty rainbow. I just want to work on the pretty rainbow.
Well, it's a
But I
good
have
thing
to
it's
make
your spring
socks for my
equinox,
dad.
so you can work on it then. And it works fine.
Hmm?
You'll be done if you work on it.
I have secret crafting I need to do, and I have socks for my dad that I need to do.
Ugh.
Got things
Where are
that
you
have
going?
deadlines.
I have a cat.
You do very thoroughly have a cat.
Yep.
Well, you seem occupied, so shall we wrap up?
Guys, I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
What are you doing? Can I put you down now?
Oh, definitely not.